Section 5 of Pirates of Panama, The Buccaneers of America by A.O. Exquemelin, translated by G.A. Williams. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Heather and By. Chapter 4. Original of the most famous pirates of the coast of America. Famous exploit of Pierre le Grand. I have told you in the preceding chapters how I was compelled to adventure my life among the pirates of America, which sort of men I name so, because they are not authorized by any sovereign prince; for the kings of Spain having on several occasions sent their ambassadors to the kings of England and France, to complain of the molestations and troubles those pirates often caused on the coasts of America, even in the calm of peace, it hath always been answered, that such men did not commit those acts of hostility and piracy as subjects to their majesties, and therefore his Catholic Majesty might proceed against them as he should think fit. The King of France added, that he had no fortress nor castle upon Hispaniola, neither did he receive a farthing of tribute from thence. And the King of England adjoined, that he had never given any commissioners to those of Jamaica, to commit hostilities against the subjects of his Catholic Majesty. Nor did he only give this bare answer, but, out of his royal desire to pleasure the court of Spain, recalled the governor of Jamaica, placing another in his room, all which could not prevent these pirates from acting as heretofore. But before I relate their bold actions, I shall say something of their rise and exercises, as also of the chiefest of them, and their manner of arming themselves before they put to sea. The first pirate that was known upon Tortuga was Pierre le Grand, or Peter the Great. He was born at Dieppe in Normandy. That action which rendered him famous was his taking the vice-admiral of the Spanish flota, near the Cape of Tiburon, on the west side of Hispaniola. This he performed with only one boat and 28 men. Now, till that time, the Spaniards had passed and repassed with all security, through the channel of Bahama, so that Pierre le Grand, setting out to sea by the Caicos, he took this great ship with all ease imaginable. The Spaniards they found aboard they set ashore, and sent the vessel to France. The manner how this undaunted spirit attempted and took this large ship I shall give you, out of the journal of the author, in his own words. The boat, says he, wherein Pierre le Grand was with his companions, had been at sea a long time without finding any prize worth his taking, and their provisions beginning to fail, they were in danger of starving. Being almost reduced to despair, they spied a great ship of the Spanish flota, separated from the rest. This vessel they resolved to take or die in the attempt. Hereupon they sailed towards her, to view her strength. And though they judged the vessel to be superior to theirs, yet their covetousness, and the extremity they were reduced to, made them venture. Being so near that they could not possibly escape, they made an oath to their captain, Pierre le Grand, to stand by him to the last. 'Tis true, the pirates did believe they should find the ship unprovided to fight, and thereby the sooner master her. It was in the dusk of the evening they began to attack, but before they engaged, they ordered the surgeon of the boat to bore a hole in the sides of it, that their own vessel sinking under them, they might be compelled to attack more vigorously, and endeavour more hastily to board the ship. This was done accordingly, and without any other arms than a pistol in one hand and a sword in the other, they immediately climbed up the sides of the ship, and ran all together into the great cabin, where they found the captain, with several of his companions, playing at cards. Here they set a pistol to his breast, commanding him to deliver up the ship. The Spaniards, surprised to see the pirates on board their ship, cried, "Jesus bless us! Are these devils, or what are they?" Meanwhile, some of them took possession of the gun-room, and seized the arms, killing as many as made any opposition, whereupon the Spaniards presently surrendered. That very day the captain of the ship had been told by some of the seamen that the boat which was in view, cruising, was a boat of pirates, whom the captain slightly answered, "What then? Must I be afraid of such a pitiful thing as that is? No, though she were a ship as big and strong as mine is." As soon as Pierre le Grand had taken this rich prize, he detained in his service as many of the common seamen as he had need of, setting the rest ashore, and then set sail for France, where he continued without ever returning to America again. The planters and hunters of Tortuga had no sooner heard of the rich prize those pirates had taken, but they resolved to follow their example. Hereupon many of them left their employments, and endeavoured to get some small boats, wherein to exercise piracy; but not being able to purchase or build them at Tortuga, they resolved to set forth in their canoes, and seek them elsewhere. With these they cruised at first upon Cape d'Alvarez, where the Spaniards used to trade from one city to another in small vessels, in which they carry hides, tobacco, and other commodities, to the Havannah, and to which the Spaniards from Europe do frequently resort. Here it was that those pirates at first took a great many boats laden with the aforesaid commodities. These they used to carry to Tortuga, and sell the whole purchase to the ships that waited for their return, or accidentally happened to be there. With the gains of these prizes they provided themselves with necessaries, wherein to undertake other voyages, some of which were made to Campeachy, and others toward New Spain, in both of which the Spaniards then drove a great trade. Upon those coasts they found great numbers of trading vessels, and often ships of great burden. Two of the biggest of these vessels, and two great ships which the Spaniards had laden with plate in the port of Campeachy, to go to the Caracas, they took in less than a month's time, and carried to Tortuga, where the people of the whole island, encouraged by their success, especially seeing in 2 years the riches of the country so much increased, they augmented the number of pirates so fast, that in a little time there were, in that small island and port, above 20 ships of this sort of people. Hereupon the Spaniards, not able to bear their robberies any longer, equipped 2 large men of war, both for the defence of their own coasts and to cruise upon the enemy's. Chapter 5